Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Right there. Down 80! Right there, 54 Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From just shy of midfield, Mariota. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On play action, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep left side, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Allen off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this is going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Watch one. Drop deep.
They run on first down with Jackson. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mariota. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, Ingram. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. To throw is Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing, Mariota. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mike, where are they, King? I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 48-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey,
On the carry, it's Jackson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Jackson. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They come out here in the eye. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. 30, 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Second and 5 now. Allen, he'll let it go deep for Foster. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Ricky. Motion. Gun. 58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. They can't.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, compete.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Allen Lazard, 56 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. And Oliver able to get him for a loss of about 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike 2. Watch 2. Here we go. Mike 2. Watch twist.
From the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Singletary to get the drive started. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo 1st. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Buying time to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
So don't say nothing. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Let's go, team. Hey, you.
Now Allen to throw. To throw again. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. The 30. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On the ground, this is Jackson.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Jackson. And they can't corral him. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hey, we got tight left, tight his left. Everyone, we got three. Switch gears. Here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't got nothing. Check 9.
They run the counter. It's Jackson weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. 5 wide.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, it's Ingram. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 35 yards. And the Bills get a bit closer. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. From the gun, it's Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Allen. Got an open man, it's Foster. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills cut into that lead. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
So Mike's number one. Here we go.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Mike 2. Choose the mic. Go, baby, turn over. Get that ball.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
That's pulled in at the 32.